Welcome to my training. In today's video, I'm going to teach you the 3 best ways to find more customers for your business. Keep in mind, this training is designed for anyone with a small business. It could be a lawyer, a network marketer, a blogger, an eBayer, an antique dealer, a storage unit owner, even a barbershop owner. As a real quick disclaimer up front, all views in this training are my own. We can agree to disagree, and individual results will vary. So let's get into it. Your real job. So you started a business. You have a product or service you're excited about. Now you want to go and make the cash register ring. You know you need to make some sales, but you don't really know what to do. What I want you to know up front is that your real job as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as a small business owner, it's not your product or service. Instead, it is marketing and selling your product or service. A lot of business owners, they fall in love with their product or service, but they're clueless about how to sell it. I don't want that to happen to you, but I do want you to understand what your real job is so you can work smart, you can make sales, and you can stay in business. So I've come up with a list of about 3 of my favorite ways to find more customers. I'm going to spend 1 or 2 minutes on each topic. Of course, there are thousands of ways to get customers. These are things that have worked for me and that I believe will work for you in your business. And I believe every business owner should evaluate their business in each of these 3 areas before they actually do anything else. The first thing is to identify and focus on your target market. Every business, whether it's McDonald's, whether it's Subway, whether it's a storage unit, whether it's a car dealership, every business out there has a target market. These are people who are most likely to be interested in that company's product or service. As an example, it's quite difficult to sell steak to a vegetarian. You can try it, but you'll probably end up frustrated and broke. You want to get in the head of your customer. The more you know about them, the better. The best way to do this is to identify your best customers and focus your marketing efforts on prospects with the same similarities. Where do your customers live? What do they do for a living? What is their average age, marital status, and income level? What websites do they visit? What publications do they subscribe to? Evaluate your current customers, especially the top 5% of your customers who buy the most from you, the most often, and put the most profit in your pocket. Survey them, ask them questions, find out everything you can about them. This is your market research, so you know where to spend your time and money on future marketing efforts. This is known as the sniper approach rather than the machine gun approach. What most business owners do is they use the machine gun approach. They just throw their marketing out there everywhere and anywhere and hope some of it sticks up against the wall. Smart business owners take the sniper approach. They're very deliberate with their prospects. They know exactly the type of person they're looking for, and that's who they focus their time, money, and effort on. As a couple of examples, let's talk about McDonald's. People who go to McDonald's, what do they want? Do they want great customer service? Do they want gourmet food? No, they want food that's fast and cheap, and that's what they get when they're at McDonald's. How about your local gym? Who's their target market? It's probably people who live within 3 to 5 miles of the gym, who care about their health and do some type of exercise. What about a storage unit business? Would it make sense for a storage unit business in Tennessee to advertise to people in Texas? Of course not. They have a target market based on their local proximity of people who are looking to rent storage units in that zip code in that area. Once you have identified your target market, which, believe me, you want to spend some time on this. If you have a brand new business, it's going to be a little bit of guessing trying to figure it out. If your business is established and you have lots of customers, it's going to be quite easy to survey your customers and find this out. Number 2 is to use a 2-step selling process and to build your list. What is a 2-step selling process? It's the process of giving away some type of information or something free to generate a lead. What most businesses do is they focus on that low-hanging fruit. This can be a costly mistake because most people you're talking to, they're not going to be in the market for what you have at this specific moment in time. So instead of focusing just on sales, focus on generating leads. And for clarity, I'm not telling you not to try to make sales. You do want to make sales, but your primary focus should be lead generation. And then your sales will come from the people in your lead generation process that are in the market for what you have today. Selling your product or your service, it boils down to timing for your prospect. They're going to buy when they're ready to buy, not necessarily when you want them to buy. And it's important to keep that in mind. Your prospect list, so we talked about building a list. It can be an autoresponder, an index card system, an Excel spreadsheet, an address book, whatever it is that works for you. What you really want is all of your leads in one place, so you know as much as you can about them. You know when you've last talked to them, when you need to contact them next, and you can have a systematic, organized way to follow up with people. The easiest way to do this is to use a CRM program, something like Salesforce. There are a lot to choose from online. You can just go to Google and type in CRM program. You'll find probably 50 or 100 different ones, and you can try some out for free for a trial period, but pick the one that works for you. Your job is to generate leads. Let me say that again. Your job is to generate leads. If you're generating lots of leads, you're going to get a lot of sales. If you're only looking for sales, you're probably not going to get a lot of leads or sales. So this is why you want to focus on getting leads first, because you're probably leaving close to 90% or more of your profit on the table if you're only focused on immediate sales rather than getting people into your sales pipeline and following up with them. So this step we talked about, the two-step selling process and building your list. My third and final tip in today's training is to stay in touch and follow up. Once you know your target market, once you have that two-step selling process and you're building your list, it is vital that you stay in touch and you follow up with people. The average person is going to need at least 7 to 20 touches. This is an exposure, a follow-up, a contact before they buy from you. What most people think is the first time they talk to a customer, to a prospect, that customer is just going to whip out their credit card, jump with joy, and make a purchase. That rarely happens. You will find some people who do that, but most people, they're going to take 7, 10, 20 or more follow-ups before they buy from you. And that might be over a period of 3 to 12 months, depending on what it is you're selling and how much it costs. So as you generate leads, develop and use a good follow-up process. You want to drip on your prospects at least once a week until they buy, die, or tell you not to. For clarification purposes, I am not talking about spamming people. I'm talking about giving people something of value, offering them a way to opt out of your follow-up if they don't want to hear from you again, but staying in touch with them frequently so that when the timing does become right for them, they're going to stay in touch with you. The fortune really is in the follow-up. You can generate all the leads you want until the cows come home, but if you're not staying in touch with these people, you're really busy getting nowhere fast. You want to use a combination of direct mail, phone calls, emails, newsletters, social media, and text when you follow up with people. The more different methods you can use to follow up with people, the better. Some people are receptive to email, others are receptive to text. If you're using all of these different things, you're going to be quite effective. Just as a real quick example to kind of put this in perspective, let's talk about Amazon and eBay. There's a good chance you shop at least one of those websites, those businesses. But let's talk about Amazon. Amazon basically has a customer list. Once you make a purchase from Amazon, you have your own account. And what Amazon does is they stay in touch with you. I don't know how many emails you get from Amazon, but I get a lot of deals of the day, a sale that's going on, a product I might be interested in, some kind of special, an announcement I should know about. Same thing with eBay. They email you discounts every once in a while. They talk about specials. They feature products you might like. This is the process of following up. And they're just constantly keeping their message in front of you. It's the same thing what you see on TV with advertising, especially from the big companies like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Walmart. They have their marketing message in front of you repeatedly over and over and over because they know if they follow up, if they stay in touch, if they keep their message in front of you, there's a good chance you will come back to them and do more business. That is the power of good follow-up. This is the biggie here. Before we wrap up today's training, assuming you're focused on your target market, you're using a two-step selling process that we shared here, and you're doing a good job following up, you should spend 90% or more of your work time and your budget on marketing and lead generation. Keep your prospect pipeline full. You want to add new prospects daily. If you do that, finding new customers is not going to be an issue. Do not let yourself get stuck in busy work as the CEO. Your job is to make that cash register ring, especially if you're a small business owner. So you need to spend a lot of your time on that sales and marketing, even if you're not comfortable with it. In fact, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, hire someone who can, because if you don't have sales, you really don't have a business. In conclusion, all businesses need customers. Most entrepreneurs, they're quite clueless about how to sell their product or service. They love their product or service. They're probably over the top passionate about it, but they're not versed in sales and marketing. And what happens is a lot of good businesses fail because the owner did not know how to get his or her product or service out into the marketplace so people could learn about it. Follow these 3 tips that we covered in today's training, and there's no doubt in my mind you will get more customers. So I hope you got some value out of today's training. If you have any questions about this subject, you can leave a comment on this video. Don't forget to check out the links and the resources in the description box below this video. I'd also appreciate if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe. That'll help our channel out a lot. And I do try to post a new video just about every single day, so please check back often. With that, I hope you have a great day. Thanks again for watching. And as a quick disclaimer, this is not business advice. This is not legal advice. Individual results will vary. This information is for educational purposes only. Thank you. Have a great day.